Hi friends, today I am going to explain you about the topic of refractive index of prism. So before going to the topic, I like to share few points. So in my previous videos, I already explained few basics about refraction of light. So once check it out. In my description, I have given the links. So let's proceed to our topic, that is refractive index of prism. So to find this refractive index of prism, we require the materials like prism, piece of chart, paper, pencil, pins, scale and protractor. Let's check this all the what is the use of these materials. I will explain in the procedure. That is, first step, take a prism and place it on the white paper in such a way that the triangular base of the prism is on the paper. So according to this point, the base of the prism should be placed on the white paper. Next, draw a line around the prism using a pencil and remove the prism. So after keeping the base of the prism on the paper, just draw the boundary of the prism. Next, it is a triangle. Name the vertices as PQ and R. So after drawing the boundary of the prism, just remove the prism and name the points of the prism as PQR. This is the three vertices and the shape of the triangle you will get for the prism. Next, find the angle between PQ and PR. This is the angle of prism. So whatever the prism you have got, the triangular shape, try to measure the angle of PQ and PR. If you measure these two rays angle, you will get the angle of prism and it is denoted with letter A. Next, mark M on the side of the triangle PQ and also draw a perpendicular to PQ at M by placing center of the protractor at M and along the normal. So from this point we can say that the side PQ side, we have to mark one point M on this side and with the help of the protractor keep the center of the protractor on the M and draw the perpendicular line, that is 90 degrees the line, and this line is considered as normal. Next, mark an angle of 30 degrees and then draw a line up to M. This line denotes the incident ray and the angle is known as angle of incidence. After drawing the perpendicular line M, we will get the normal. After placing the normal, draw one more line with the 30 degrees angle. So I have taken, see in my diagram, the 30 degrees line we have to make, and this line should start at one end and it should be ended at the point of M, and this line is taken as incident ray, and the angle between incident ray and the normal, it is taken as incidence angle. Next, place the prism in its position again. Now fix two pins vertically on the line at points A and B. So according to this point, we can say that the points should be placed A and B on the line of incident ray, and with the help of the pins we have to place these 2 points A and B. Next, what is the use of the pins? We will check in the next topic, that is the next line. Look for the images of pins through the prism from the other side. So for the prism other side, that is PR, we have to look at the pins, that is AB pins. Next, and fix another 2 pins at point C and D in such a way that all the 4 pins appear to lie along the straight line. So whatever the pins you are looking from this PR side, just look that you will appear that AB in a straight line. So wherever the AB you are getting from the other side as a straight line, try to mention 2 pins, that is C and D. Next, remove the prism and take out pins. Draw a line joining the 2 pinholes formed by the pins to meet the surface PR. This is emergent ray which emerges from the surface PR at the point N. So after placing the 2 pins C and D, just remove the prism. Next, remove the pins. The points of the C and D should be drawn with the line which is joining to another side of the prism, that is PR. This line should be started and it should be ended at the side of PR. Next, note this point as N, and this ray is taken as emergent ray. As it is coming out of the prism, it is emergent ray. And go for the next point, that is the angle between the normal at N and the emergent ray is the angle of emergence. So after placing the N, we have to draw same procedure for the M, that is we have to place the protractor at the 90 degrees. The perpendicular line should be drawn on the side of PR. Next, the angle between the normal and the emergent ray. This is taken as emergence angle. Next, go for the next point. Join the points M and N by a straight line. So the points M and N should be joined with a straight line. Next, the line passing through the points AB, MN, C and D represent the path of the light when it suffers refraction through the prism. So whatever the line you got after joining A, B to M and M to N and C, D, this is the path of the light which is traveling from A to prism and prism to air. Next, the important point, that is angle of deviation. To find the angle of deviation, we have to do the following steps, that is extend both incident and emergent rays till they meet at the point O. Next, measure the angle between these two rays. This is the angle of deviation. So according to this point, whatever the rays, that is incident ray and emergent ray, which is ending at the M and N, we have to extend in the straight line. I have explained in the dotted line C. Next, the M should be extended to its opposite side. Next, the both incident and emergent ray will meet at one point. This point is taken as O, and the angle which is formed, the exterior angle, which is taken as D, which is denoted with small d, and the small d indicates that angle of deviation. Next, by doing further process with graph using angle of incidence, angle of emergence and angle of deviation, we get the minimum deviation. It's denoted with capital D. So after finding of angle of deviation, let's proceed to finding of minimum deviation. So to find the minimum deviation, the 3 points plays major role, that is incidence angle, emergent angle and angle of deviation. With keeping these 3 points in mind, we have to do the angle of minimum deviation. So try to check it out in textbook, the clarity they have explained. Next, go to our next topic, that is all the whatever we have completed, just I will revise in shortly. That is, we have taken the prism and prism is placed on the paper. Next, after placing the prism on the paper, we will draw the boundary of the prism. After drawing boundary, we will remove the prism and we will point the vertices, that is P, Q, R. And next, we have to remove the prism. Next, the M point should be noted on the PQ, and placing the M at the center of the protractor, we have to draw one perpendicular line, and this line is taken as normal. Next, after placing this at the 30 degrees, we have to make one more line. This line placed as incident ray, and the angle between the incident ray and the normal, it is taken as incidence angle. After finishing this, we will place the prism in its position. Again, we have to place 2 pins, that is A and B, on the incident ray. Next, we have to check from the another side where the A and B is looking at straight line. We will get the C and D. The C and D should be placed with the pins. Next, remove the prism. Next, C and D should be joining. It should meet to the another side of the prism, that is PR. This point is taken as N, and this ray is emergent ray. Next, same, we have to place the protractor at the N, and 90 degrees the perpendicular line should be drawn from N, and it is placing on PR. This is taken as one more normal, and the angle between the normal and the emergent ray, it is taken as emergence angle. Next, we have to join the M and N. After joining M and N, we will get the path of the light, that is, it is traveling from here. Due to refraction in the prism, it travels from M to N with some deviation. Next, after N, it passes to C to D. This is the path of the light. Next, we have to find the angle of deviation, that is, we will extend the incident ray and the emergent ray. If we extend this both, after extending this both, we will get the point meeting at O. Next, the exterior angle of this both meeting of these points, it is taken as D, small d, and this is the angle of deviation. Next, to find the angle of minimum deviation, I have explained. See, in this total diagram, the key points are I1, it is the incidence angle. Next, I2, it is the emergent angle. Next, the path of the light, that is AB, MN, CD, it is the light path. Next, small d, it is the angle of deviation, and the capital A, it is angle of prism. I hope you have understood the topic. Next, I will upload about the derivation of the prism. Thank you.